Lil Nas X. Hey y'all, what's up?
Hey. Look at you.
Right, Jody's like, oh, welcome to Fr3sh Friday. It feels like we're becoming the Breakfast Club of gospel of church.
You know what? I love that.
Who's Charlamagne?
Kevin
I don't know
I
about
was
that.
waiting for the answer because I knew Pastor Nick was going to say that. I knew it. I just knew it.
Right. Welcome to Fr3sh Friday, y'all. Y'all come on. It feels like we haven't done this in a while.
I know.
It's been a month, yeah. That's right, because a couple times we did it twice a month as a surprise. And I miss y'all. I miss this conversation.
Oh, we know, Pastor Nick. We know. We miss you more, good sir. We know you like Fr3sh Friday. We know you enjoy it.
Oh, I love Fr3sh Friday as a part of the Xennial group.
Oh, gosh, we know.
I appreciate. You know what? Y'all, I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna show y'all real quick.
Oh gosh,
I'm
here we
talking
go.
Oh, shut.
What's
up, Andre?
Andre.
Yo, Jerry.
Y'all come on and share, please. Share.
Let me share
What's
because
up,
you know
Dre?
I'll forget if I don't do it right now.
I just did it myself, so I got you. Who's
So as you guys are coming on, you guys come on and share, please, if you can. As almost called this the most dangerous gospel. I was like, it feels like Breakfast Club, like a we're going to talk about some good topics today, and we're going to have some fun, of course, as always. As always, we're going to have some fun, as they say in church, on today.
On today.
Why did they do that?
I don't know. Trying to be deep. I like who started that. Everything is on today, on tonight, on tomorrow, on this. It's just
There's so much. You could do there could be a whole skit of just like church colloquialisms.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was that the Holy Ghost coming in?
Sorry, guys.
Right. It's a mighty Russian wind.
It was like, whoa. Had to turn my headphones down for a second.
Here we go.
Look at the Xennials right there. 1975 to 1985. 36 to 46. See?
If you guys
I told
did not know, Pastor Nick,
I told you. I did not make this up. I did not make this.
Microsoft Word.
I did not make this. I did not make this.
Yeah, could I see his source? Like, where's the
Yeah,
source?
like where's the source? Can we cite the source?
The citing, yeah.
I have to find it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
No, seriously. No, I can go to Google now and find it.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
That would make me feel better.
Because they're saying the Xennial group, those in like the early 80s, were influenced by the boomers and the Gen X more than the other crowd. So we're a mix. I'm an Xennial. It's okay. I still love y'all.
Okay.
I am a part, but not full in.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I have my feet in both sides.
Hey, Keisha, how are you?
I'm like,
God bless you, sir. You have, double portion.
That's a good way of putting it. That's not.
So y'all come on and share. We're gonna talk about some good stuff tonight on this good darn it, y'all got me saying it now on this Fr3sh Friday. On Fr3sh Friday. How y'all doing before we get into the stuff? What's going on, good people?
Everything's good. It's good. I'm happy to be back on Fr3sh Friday. It feels like it's been forever since we all got together. But it's always good to have a little shady fest up here. But talk about some good stuff. Yeah,
it's gonna be good. I'm thinking about next month having a guest on. So just I'm gonna hit him up and see if he can come on. I'm sure he will though. A pastor friend of mine. He's cool. We can come in and we can talk about some stuff and have a good time. He's very smart too. Got a doctorate and all that stuff. So highly intelligent. Well, while Maya's doing that, why don't I put this up? Let's have some fun first, and then we'll go into our topic today. So listen, you only can pick 3 pills. Only 3. Number 1, perfect health. Number 2, choose and keep your body type. Whatever body type you want, you can choose it. You keep it for the rest of your life. 3, you have super strength. 4, heal others' illnesses. 5, you have super intelligence. 6, find love forever. 7, talk to deceased loved ones. 8, change 3 things from your past. And 9, have unlimited money. You can only pick 3. Huh? What'd you say? This is hard. This is actually really hard. This is not easy.
Yeah.
This is not easy at all.
It's not.
Hey, Shakir, you can only pick 3. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jody. You look like you about to say it.
Yeah. So number 8 is very, very tempting.
Who you telling?
I feel like the things that happen to us, that's what makes us who we are today. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to go through. Yeah, I'm like peeking around so y'all can see. This thing is huge.
Everyone has to peek around.
Come on, Antoine.
Wrong side.
Yeah, it's very tempting. So I'm not gonna pick that. I'm definitely gonna pick number 1. And I think I'm gonna also pick number 4. The third one, I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Now number 4 comes with some responsibility here.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Here you go. Always turning something to a sermon.
It's not a sermon. It comes with responsibility. You healing others, so that means you're gonna be called upon all the time to be healing people.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can be like one of those thief in the night people. They just act, you just do it real quick and just walk away and just nobody know what happened.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Don't make it public. Okay. All right. This is hard.
This is actually hard. Well, while y'all thinking, I know I would do. See, let me look at it like this. I would do 1, perfect health, right?
Mm-hmm.
Part of me, honestly, is tempted to do number 7. I think when you lost somebody you love, that kind of the idea of being able to communicate with that person again.
Now, is this only a one-time talk to him? Or
No, just talk to him anytime. Talk to him forever. Yeah.
Oh my.
So I definitely do number 1. But see, here's the thing. If you pick number 5, you'll have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So you may not have unlimited money, but you'll make a whole lot because you have super intelligence. So, but intelligence comes with a very high intelligence, usually associated with high depression, high anxiety.
Yeah.
You know,
I was gonna say there could be a cost of the intelligence.
Yeah, this is hard, yo. This is
my
hard.
head hurt.
All right, look, I'll take number 1, perfect health. Number 9, unlimited money. And then those are my 2. Let me think on the third one. Good.
A lot of people are saying 1 and 4 and 5.
Yeah, I'm seeing 4 or 5. Somebody said 7. Somebody said 6.
You know, I'll probably do 1, 4, and 9. Perfect health, heal others. You know, and then number 9, unlimited money. I may change that, but those right now, 1, 4, and 9 are me.
So I was gonna go with the same thing, Pastor Nick. I would say 1, 4, and 9. You know, perfect health. You know, heal others' illnesses, and then come on, unlimited money.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. 1, 9. That's a no-brainer. Unlimited money, because Pastor Nick, you changed my number 5 after you said depression comes with intelligence.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of crazy that goes along with that.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm not trying to deal with that.
Kate said, "I'm not talking to no deaf person."
I know that's right. That's why I didn't pick that one. I don't want to talk to no one.
I don't know if I could talk to my grandfather again right now. I'd be one of the happiest people alive, yo. Just
that's what I'm thinking. Like,
if I literally can have a conversation with him right now, he just show up next to me, be like, "Hey, man, just."
And it's more than 1. It says deceased loved ones.
Double 1, yeah, loved ones, yeah.
That's true.
What if it's that crazy loved one?
That's if you want to talk.
Yes, if I want to talk to him, yeah.
Well, they might have some insight into some things.
Right.
That's true. That's true.
Dang, man. All right, I got 1 and 9.
But number 8 is tempting though, because there are some things about my past that I'll be like, you know what? I'm not going to change all of them, but I'll change those 2 things. I would pick those 2. Doc, look, I could have learned the lesson the easier way. Okay, I could have learned it easier. I did not have to go through that.
No, I think
sorry. Great, Kevin. Sorry.
No, I don't think for number 8, I don't think I would use that because your past, like Jody said, like things in your past are set up to set up your future. So
I don't know, dog.
You didn't have to go through all of that.
Exactly. I don't know, dog. If I could fix 3 things,
some of us wouldn't be as much pain, anxiety, and hurt right now.
True.
I would be I have a lot more money right about now if I can fix 3 things. Tell you something right now. Sheesh. All right, so 1, 9, and just because I think it'll be interesting, number 3. 1, 9, and 3.
Interesting.
Yeah, mine would be 1, 4, and 9.
Okay.
Because unlimited money sounds pretty good, and of course, I'd like to be healthy and to see my family healthy too. So that's my pick.
Okay.
Yeah. This is hard, Joe. It
is. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's like the Infinity Stones right here in front of my face.
Yeah. Right.
Choose wisely.
Right. But the super strength sounds fun, but I will get bored with it quick though. Because after a while, it's like it's not fun anymore.
Unless there's somebody else that has it.
But then we be fighting all the time.
Yeah, why not? But
well, I got mine, so I'll stick with 1, 4, and 9.
Yeah, 1, 3, 9.
4, 9.
Because if I have unlimited money, how smart do I have to be? I mean, come on, like really,
not really.
I'll read a bunch of books. I'll read a bunch of books, and
I may not be intelligent, but I'll be smart.
Yeah,
and pay for more education.
Right, and I got money, so I'm like,
so you ain't got to work.
Yeah,
unless you want to.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Somebody said forever love is not important.
No, it is.
It is.
I think, but for me, like
money can buy you love.
Right.
I'm joking. I'm playing.
But no, I think when you love yourself, that's that love. If someone doesn't love you, as long as you're comfortable with yourself, right? So.
Right. Yeah. Right, Kate. You got super strength. You be knocking doors off the hinges.
Right. And then you're gonna need that unlimited money to fix everything.
Right. Yeah. At this point, I like to work out, but after a while, picking number 2, abs are kind of overrated after a while. It's like, you
got to maintain them bad boys, man.
It's like I got money, I'll get a trainer, perfect health, just
right.
Money solves all the problems.
I know. All right, are we done with this? Or we gonna keep going?
Yeah, I think we're good. I think everybody went right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hard, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Because I figure you have money, you could eventually find love. Mm-hmm. You may not, but we got to qualify it too. You could still have your family there. Mm-hmm. You may not have a spouse.
Yeah.
I got enough money to adopt a child.
Yeah.
Just.
Well, speaking of that, how do you feel about adopting if you're not as a single parent, male or female, and adopting?
I don't have a problem with it as long as you are prepared for the work of taking care of a child by yourself. You got to consider all of that. It's not easy being a single parent, growing up in a single parent household. So you just have to be ready for all of the stuff that comes along with it. Then how's the child going to respond when they find out they are adopted? Is it going to be favorable? Is it going to be? So it's one of those things you got to consider all of the outcomes and see what you can and can't deal with. But I don't have an issue. There's a whole lot of kids out here that need to be adopted. They're in foster homes and
yeah.
That's so true.
No, I've been thinking about it because I'm like, Lord, if you don't send somebody soon, I might just pull up to the adoption agency. Like, let me get that one, that one.
all them babies over there.
All them babies. Come on to Mama Jody.
But a lot of women are getting married later and having kids later. They're putting their careers first, and then find it after. So I mean, you never know. You're still young, Joe. What? Of all the times I tell you you're still young, you're like.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still young. You're like what, 31, 30?
32.
Please. You're all right. You still young.
I'm with you, Jody. That's a real thing, though.
But it is a real thought. I get it. It is a real thought, but you never know how things work out. But I know somebody who adopted. She was single. She adopted. I think her cousin. She had to help raise, and she adopted her cousin. And basically raised her as her own. And look, I'd rather that than the child be in a foster care somewhere on the street, something like that. Just
yeah.
Yeah.
It is pressure, Shakira.
It is a lot of pressure.
And now when you guys think about not only just raising them by yourself, but also the kid that you're raising, you don't know what family traits they bring along. You don't know what type of family they came from. So,
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
it's real.
Societal pressure is a real thing, and I think it is unfair. It is unfair on a woman. It's just, there's a talk of the egalitarian versus complementary. I'm an egalitarian. I mean, to me, it's a woman's choice after a while. Your value's not in, how big your family is and all that stuff. It's just they don't do that to the guys. I think I tweeted this a couple months ago. The adage "boys will be boys" has hurt men over the years, and that's why you have so many grown men that still act like children because they're still living in that process, that thought process of boys will be boys. It's like you let him get away with everything, take no responsibility, and wonder why he's grown and can't take responsibility. But we teach our girls, you got to do right, act right, value yourself. Why can't we teach the boys the same thing? Value yourself, value your bodies. We teach men this predatory style. It's almost like when they blame the woman for rape. Well, what did you have on? It doesn't matter what she had on.
Yeah.
Don't rape. Like, hello?
Right.
Like, come on. That's not a difficult concept. But when you raise boys with no responsibility, you get stuff like this.
Yeah.
And make a boy's. This is not the topic, but a boy or a man's sexuality is not up to the female. His ability to control himself is up to himself.
Okay.
Let's not get started on that soapbox. It bugs me how some people teach this stuff.
Wrong,
that is obviously, a woman has to. I'm not saying a woman has to dress, seductive or loose or whatever like that, but it's like you got to cover everything up from head to toe, so you won't tempt these men out here from acting like a fool.
I mean, there's whole cultures based on that, and
there's a lot of church in America is built like that. The purity culture is like that.
Yes.
The onus was always on the girl and not the boy. And I'm not advocating dressing scantily clad and all that stuff like that, but
because you about to have everybody come up into Bethany when we open up like what Pastor Nick said.
Right. I'm not right. I'm right.
You said come as you are.
Right.
Now there are some requirements now.
Right. There's some requirements.
Exactly.
I'm in for modesty on males and females, because now the guys, you got to tell them this stuff is too tight now.
Oh boy, I'm gonna sip on that.
I mean, I'm just saying, I mean,
is that Pastor Grace?
Yes, it's Pastor Grace. Pastor Grace, how
are
you
doing, Pastor Grace? Do it.
Evening.
But I think there's a sense of you can dress fashionable without showing all your stuff off, and still representing God appropriately. But I think that the purity culture of the 90s and early 2000s did a lot of damage to a lot of young people. They meant well, but it was just taught so wrong.
Yeah.
And it hurt a lot of kids growing up in church, especially in the South.
Could you expand on that more? I don't understand what you mean by in the South.
A lot of Southern churches that are more conservative in their ways, they were big on that. But a lot of it, the onus was on the girls, and they were taught that yo, you don't do this, or you don't dress this way, so you won't entice these boys.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to wear a skirt all the way down to your ankles. Like if ankles get me hot and wild, I think something, I'm just saying, like, you should be able to see some ankles and be okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. I'm just saying, like, you ain't never seen no ankles before, like, but it was like, oh, look at them ankles, like, it's like.
Oh my goodness!
But you hear story after story where it was taught as a shame mechanism. Not this isn't even the topic, but we guess we here now. But I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Like, I've heard people talk about growing up in church. If you had a sexual desire, rebuke it. But wait a minute, did the devil is the feeling a sin? Because if God made you a human being, and a part of your human anatomy are feelings, is the feelings in and of themselves wrong? Or what you're doing with them is wrong? So they taught repression rather than management. So you sit there, hold on, Jesus, I rebuke this in the name of Jesus, I rebuke this. But a part of your human anatomy
is that.
And watch this. If they say if something's wrong in that area, guess what he tell you to do? Go to the doctor because something's wrong. Right? So there was no balance that was taught. It was just repression, suppression, and it's all the devil. When that's not how the Bible talks about it. And that's why you wonder why you have so many repressed Christians running around with private sins and private proclivities. Oh, now we jump into something. But presenting this image. Okay. Okay.
No. Beyond just like sexual things, but even when you think about like mental health or things like that, it's always like just pray about and just like, but not like giving you actual tools to use to work through these feelings or these thoughts or these actions.
The practicality of it all. Like, one of the things that I love about our ministry is like, if we have something going on, we can come and be like, look, this is what it is. And you give us, and we get practical steps on how to deal with it versus saying, oh, you need to pray more or you need to do this more. Sometimes it's okay. Don't put yourself in a position where you have to choose. Other times is if you know this music brings about this certain feeling, avoid this music. Watching this TV show, if that TV show does that to you or this movie does it to you, don't do that. Or being around certain people, remove yourself, so that you can be strong in that area versus oh, it's a demon. No, God created you to have these feelings for a reason, but you have to do it in the right manner. So I agree wholeheartedly with it. It does bother me when I used to hear, in my old church, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, but don't give me the reason why. Don't give me the whole story. You just give me the don'ts. Don't give me the whole story. That used to bother me, because if you just tell somebody don't do something, they're gonna want to find out why not.
Right.
That brings that curiosity factor out.
And we know curiosity takes us to a whole nother level.
Yep. And I think there's more. It's more to somebody put in the comments about the purity culture that she placed her whole identity in her virginity and became self-righteous. Is true, because like if you're just this great virgin, you're fine. But the reality is like, we need to teach them. See, when I was I heard from people growing up, don't have sex because God said it's a sin. But like Antoine said, I need a little more than just. I'm thinking as a teenager.
Right.
You know, as somebody in middle school as a child,
Exactly.
we need to like here we teach them the spiritual, what God says about it, the physical reactions when you start, the emotional and the psychological things that come along with it, and the changes that are made in you in all 4 of those areas. So before you make this decision, you got to think about how it's going to affect you spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, and physically. What you feed grows.
Right.
And you can't feed something and not expect your body to crave what you're feeding it.
Craving and desire. You got to know the both
together. And then how you and I don't believe in the whole demonic soul ties thing. I don't believe in that whole concept that people teach at all. It's not biblical at all. But I think a lot of what they're talking about is the emotional and the psychological effects that come from it. There's a reason why God wants commitment. I remember Bishop did a whole series on commitment before intimacy. And there's a reason why God has that process set up and to follow that process, because sex is more than just a physical thing. It affects you in all these areas, and they can make a contraceptive for your body, but they haven't made one for your heart and mind. And
yes, sir. I'm gonna just go ahead and
folks.
I was gonna say I agree with Deacon Antoine, because it's important to present a well-rounded explanation of things, because if you're not teaching, they're going to hear it from someone else and come up with a different conclusion that might not be totally, true. So
exactly. I mean, it's nothing wrong. Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say there's nothing wrong with the proper education, because here's the thing: kids now, and even back then when I was growing up, we knew more than what our parents was already telling us. Internet, talking to older relatives, talking to your friends who were active, you get your answers. But it's why not get it from the right source? Where you get the whole picture, so you can make a well-formed decision to whether it's your choice, whether you're going to abstain or do what you're going to do and reap the consequences of what you're going to do. Because leaving them out in limbo, leaving adults or teenagers out in limbo, it's not a good place, because as Pastor Nick said, that's how people start doing crazy stuff, having their private addictions, wondering why they're always at the altar every week. Sitting there snotting and crying and lifting your hands.
I'll never do it again, Jesus.
And then 3 hours later, the urge comes back and you don't know what to do with it.
Real.
Not understanding that it's good. And then you may have that private shame, like, oh, I'm a weirdo because when it's really, you're just not knowing how to manage yourself and how to deal with it properly.
That's good.
Yeah. I can talk about this stuff all day because it bothers me. But
it bothers me too, like how I was taught. It's just so many kids that grew up in church, not in every context. They have just this, like I said, it's this imbalanced approach to it, and we wonder why they have these feelings and these questions. And this generation needs more than just what the Bible says it. Like, let's have a conversation around this, because again, like you said, the kids are learning it younger and younger now. I mean, they're exposed to it a whole lot younger. I mean, why do you think they got kids with the cell phone for kids where they can only go on certain websites and stuff? Because you got to think about it. You give a 14-year-old boy or girl, because they do the same thing, give them a cell phone where they have full access to the internet. Do you actually think they're going to be watching only stuff that's appropriate?
Nope. No.
TikTok alone will expose you. So it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap with TikTok. You scroll through that For You page, it's done.
Not even TikTok, any social media, because you can do hashtags that do something, and it just takes you to a whole nother world. So they have more accessibility to things that they need, that you're not really taught at a young age. It takes the kid out of a person.
I was gonna say, not even those things. Like, it's in these cartoons now too. Like, you have to be really mindful of what your kids are watching, because they're being exposed to so many things subliminally. Like, they might not pick it up, for what it is in that moment. But shoot,
the seed is planted.
It's planted. Like even looking back at some of the things that I watched growing up, I'm like, wait a minute.
Listen, I was watching Hey Arnold the other day. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
Mom was a drug addict. Like I didn't realize when I was
I didn't
Right?
What,
Come on, man.
I'll never watch Hey Arnold. I'm missing something.
Don't ruin it for me. Don't ruin it for me.
Oh.
You said you never watched Hey Arnold?
No, Hey Arnold has some bad stuff in there.
I love
And you're a millennial?
No, I'm not a millennial.
Whatever it's called.
It was
He's
one
an
of the
excellent.
realer cartoons, I feel like.
Yeah, it was a really good cartoon.
Yeah.
It was a really good cartoon.
Yo,
But I believe it had some stuff in there, like you said.
Okay.
Yeah.
They in here preaching in the comment section.
I
Shakira,
know.
Isaiah Rice, and all them.
They are going off in the comments. I can't even keep up with them. They are going off. Please keep
I
going.
know, right? I know. Keep going. Keep it coming, yo.
But something that Will said, most of the people giving this advice don't do it, are old and they have already done all of it. That's very true. It's like, could you give me something else besides don't do it? Because you already experienced it. Like I might want to experience it for myself. You know?
Yeah.
You got to tell me more than just don't do it.
and then what's bad, right, is that some parents and some adults forget that they had a childhood too.
Mm-hmm.
So when they talk to younger folk, they act like they never did anything.
Yeah.
And then when you learn about, like, wait a minute,
what they did later, yeah.
You in your 20s, you did that, or you're 16 or 15, you're like, instead of just being honest, saying, look, I made some mistakes along the way. Let me show you how to avoid these mistakes.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
That's so much better.
rather than don't do that. It's just not right. And forgetting what it was like to be in that position. Yeah. And then at the same time, again, this generation, the online generation, those who had their like middle school, high school years from like the 90s on up when the internet became more popular, we've had to deal with stuff that other generations did not have to deal with.
Yeah.
Nope.
Which is the availability
of everything.
Of everything.
Yeah.
So, and with the availability of everything, the temptation goes up. And my question to them is, if you guys had the same internet when y'all was 14 or 15,
yeah, man.
Would y'all be struggling with the same thing?
Yeah. It's
easy to say what you would or wouldn't do when you didn't grow up in the context.
Right. I feel like it was so much more work to get in trouble back then. Like, think about all that you have to do to like sneak out the house, to like make a phone call. Like now it's like you can send. They have apps where kids can send like secret texts, and you'll never know if you were looking through their app. It looks like a calculator or whatever. Like it's just, I don't know.
A struggle.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. We all got our tree.
Yeah, if the church is going to talk about this in the future, it's not that we change what we believe. Right. We just have to adjust how we language things to fit the current culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, this culture is dealing with stuff that they didn't have to deal with in the 80s and the 70s and the 60s and the 50s. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing, but it's more available and more intense, if I can say it like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the dilemma.
It's in the music.
Yeah.
It's in television shows.
What was in the music back then too? I think.
No, it was in music back then. It was in music back then.
But now it's just more vulgar and outfit.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't as vulgar. It was more love song. Like every love song from the 70s was about sex.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But you had to listen to it to get it.
They use more innuendo versus now it's like
exactly.
Yep.
Loud, ta-da, watch out now.
right.
It's the little one that is not bow wow.
It's like right there out the open.
Yeah, but I mean, like Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B couldn't succeed back in the 60s or the 70s because it's like, nah, you just too raunchy. Now it's like,
right.
Give us more. Give us more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, it's just it's just so different now versus again, like Jody said, you have the availability right on your phone. Mm-hmm. Where before stuff was hidden somewhere and you happen to see it or find it versus now it's like right there. I'm like, y'all don't tell me this. Like if y'all was growing up in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and y'all had the same accessibility we had now at a teenager, you would think you would try something. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So
pray for our people.
Sharon Rick James.
Ada brought up virtual reality. That's a good one because you hear about kids playing these different games. I shouldn't say people in general are playing these like virtual reality games and like they're having their own lives within the virtual reality.
Mhm.
Sims and all that. Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's real.
Maya.
I like the Sims, not gonna lie.
Maya's like, I can't agree on this topic.
Right.
That's right.
I was playing The Sims.
Yeah, man.
Probably why she jumped off. She had to make her move.
Anyway,
I'll be right back.
there's a commercial on the radio about this show that's coming out about the FBI and how they banned Elvis because he was inappropriate during that time. But in secret, they had brothels and everything else going on. So, you know, in that same concept, it's important to pay attention to who's making these judgments because they might be just trying to cover up for themselves.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of it like that. Wow.
The most condemning are the ones that battle with it in private. The most condemning. If you hear somebody talk about something all the time and very passionately about that one thing, it's usually something to struggle with in private.
Oh, there's a lot of those on Facebook. I can't tell. Every time I log into Facebook, I see people that are like these internet preachers, and I'm like,
I have a whole thesis statement on there.
And they're just so like the way it's coming off is just so. I'm like, if I was unsaved, I would not want to.
I wouldn't. Yeah, no.
That is not the Jesus I want to know. I'd be like,
there's no love in this.
Yeah.
There's no love in this at all. It's okay to talk about the thing, but you still got to present who Jesus is. You know, and he's not all rah.
No.
Yeah, that kind of he's not that.
He wasn't walking around flipping tables over every day.
Every day, no.
He wasn't doing that.
And he flipped them over for a reason. So that's
right. Exactly. Exactly. But I just think that with our young folk, we need to teach them that sex is more than the physical things. They think they can just do it and be fine the next day, and it was just fun. You have to be very cold and callous, but at the end of the day, it still affects you.
Yeah.
Internally, it really does.
Be mindful about what the effect, like how it's turning people away. Like even with this whole Lil Nas stuff that blew up the internet, like he was saying that a lot of his actions now are because of how he was treated back then, right? And so, of course, that's had a different effect than what these people preaching to him, going for. But
and you know what got me about that Lil Nas X thing? He wanted a response from church folk, and guess what he got? They should have just left it alone. Just leave it alone. Like, why do you have to go and fight against it? If you want to talk to your kids about not watching the video, go talk to them about that. But he's a troll, and y'all fed right into it. It's just,
Exactly.
So I mean, it's just, I think that in a hypersexualized world, we need to learn what Paul says, that your body's not made for that. Your body's made to glorify God. And go through all of that, because he said, I won't be brought into the power of any, because if I don't control my desires will control me. That's all he was trying to say. But to manage our desires and then talk to people in a realistic way about the right context in which to perform those things, because again, God gave them to us for a reason, just to be used within the right context.
Right.
Exactly.
Because like I said, if you don't talk about it, there's a lot of guilt, there's a lot of shame, there's a lot of private, personal battles that people struggle with. Because there's no management taught. And a lot of Christians are repressed.
That's why they're so angry.
Yeah, that's why they're so angry.
In other things.
I don't know how we got this conversation, but it kind of worked out pretty good.
It just happened. It flowed out.
It was Mama Jody. Mama Jody, she wanted her kids. That's what it started with.
That is what started it.
Jody, just let us know so we can have a baby shower, all right?
Okay.
With
the baby.
With the baby there.
Why not?
Baby like 13 years old. Like, have a baby shower. But I think going back to kind of what we said earlier too, our boys need character development just as much as our girls need it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Maya and Jody, you know the way y'all were taught. Take care of your body. Don't let the boy do it. It's just hard on you.
Yep.
Most of us boys were like, just don't get nobody pregnant. That's
Right,
what
that-
that's literally what we heard. It's literally what we heard.
Got a
That
little
was
girlfriend and all of that.
Okay, son, I see you.
Yeah.
You look good.
Yeah.
Just
That
don't get her
was
pregnant.
it.
Just don't get her pregnant.
Yeah. Don't
But
get her pregnant. Protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Go have fun. Go have fun and get serious later.
Yep.
Mm.
And we didn't have that same, you need to value yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you learn to value yourself, you learn to value a woman better too.
Yep.
And then the girls, they had such harsh lessons growing up that they started sneaking. It's not that they weren't doing it; they just got good at hiding it.
Yeah.
Look at the two of them up there, like
Yep, that is factual.
I didn't say anything.
Of course you ain't gonna say nothing. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. You ain't saying nothing. But the girls learned how to sneak it because obviously the boys were doing it with somebody. I'm just saying.
Pastor Nick, you got these comments on fire.
I'm just saying. They just learned how to hide it and get away with it. So we thought that they had a lot of character. It's just they learned to be more mischievous with it.
And then I think as we see progression as you get older, a lot of people, like I know my generation or my age, are now, it's like they're trying to regain control of all the things we didn't have control over as teenagers. So now it's like this movement of sexuality is part of women's empowerment, and like, well, I can do this and I can do all these things that go against what we're supposed to be doing as Christian women. And it's finding that balance now, it's like we can't find the balance. It's like we were strict when we were younger, couldn't do anything, and now it's like we just do whatever because we could do whatever because we're this and we're that, and it's like not exactly. There's still consequences.
Exactly. But I think how can I say this nicely? A part of that movement is being driven by some people that are wounded that say, well, we got messed over, so let's do the opposite now and do the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, let me play you before I get played kind of thing. It's just,
yeah.
And then everybody's getting played.
You can play that game.
We tell girls to protect their bodies. We tell boys to protect their wallets. That is so true.
Oh,
don't be giving your money out. Yeah.
So true.
Oh,
that is so true.
Wow.
We tell our girls to value their bodies. We tell our boys to value their money.
Wow.
So a man will protect his money before he protects his woman.
And himself.
Everybody's a gold digger.
And himself.
Yep.
Because we think that the manhood identity is in the wallet. And not in the character and in the heart. It's about what we have and not who we are.
Jeez.
We know in the Bible, in the barbershop, you was the dude if you had all the girls, you had the clues, you was popular when you went to the different things. That made you a man, versus the quiet guy who went home every night and spent time with his family and all that stuff. He was just a regular Joe Schmo. Okay, he ain't nobody, but the dude who was out there doing the wrong things, oh man, that's manly.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Toxic at its best.
Yeah, right. We got Jay-Z's Big Pimpin', and that was like the anthem for a whole entire time. Like, I mean, come on, like we're talking to the millennials, right? That came out in the 90s, so it was like
I just started thinking about it in my head when you said
that was the thing.
I was trying not to do the lyrics when you said it.
Right? And Maya brought up something about women's bodies being money. That's what it is now. So women are like, okay, well, you like my body. This is how I'm gonna make money. And they've been doing it before, but now Instagram.
It's bigger now, yeah.
You
and OnlyFans and all that stuff.
You post yourself in scantily clad clothes. Right. You okay, Antoine? You had a flashback or flashback?
No, I'm just saying that's what it is.
I thought you knocked my liver.
Nah, I was grabbing my case.
Oh, I was like, you all right?
No.
Yeah, crazy.
But they built followers on, dressing a certain way and just using their sexuality. And and like Jody said, part of it is like it's a part of to them women's empowerment. I'm gonna control my sexuality now. And the premise is let me give it out so nobody can take it. Or if that's how you see me, that's how I'm gonna make my money then.
Ooh. Let me give it out so nobody can take it.
That's what you see. That's what I'm going to. Okay, cool. Let me at least get something from it.
Yep.
Lord have mercy.
Woo.
I did not think we were coming here for this conversation.
We out there now, boy.
Yo, and this other thing too, right here. Even if a guy had to lie, would destroy some girl's reputation just for clout.
I've seen that happen way too many times.
Yeah.
High school. That's all that was.
All that was.
In high school.
And they're gonna believe the guy. They're not gonna believe the girl.
Of course.
Especially if he made it sound convincing. If they told the story well in the locker room, by the time we came out, it was a wrap.
Shakira, I am with you. Listen, those girls are rockers.
Yo, Shakira crazy. Yo.
Listen.
This is a no judgment panel.
It's not, but it's just funny though.
You ask any of my friends in college, I was like, how much you think I can make?
Oh my gosh.
I'm sweating.
This textbook is $250.
Yeah.
Yo, I can't stand you, Shakira.
Shakira.
These comments are off the hook, yo.
They are. They're hilarious.
Oh my God.
You got passing it, got the head out wave. Oh Jesus.
It's 7:48. All right, let's close this up.
We gotta get out while we can.
We did not plan on talking about this at all, but it was a good conversation though.
No, it definitely was. And I definitely think go ahead, Pastor.
No, go ahead, Kev. Go ahead.
I think that just to sum it all up, I definitely think that now where we are, like with this generation, millennials, and then generation after us, we need to have those open discussions because they want their questions answered. And if they don't get it answered by the person that needs to give it to them, they're going to find it another way. And what better way of being a church and being leadership by showing them the right way,
Absolutely.
That brings them to church, that brings them to it. But, I think there's so many, it's sad. I feel like there's so many millennials and people that are younger than us that they don't know how to find
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you. No, we can't.
No. It's like very faint. Talk now. You're muted.
Watch.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Devil.
Don't blame the devil. Don't you?
You didn't charge your AirPods.
Pastor, you have to keep me on Fr3sh like. No, but I was saying, I think that there's a lot of young people that don't know how to find the right teacher and the right leadership, so they don't get their questions answered, or they don't know what that relationship with God should be like. So, I definitely think that open discussion and, handling those tough topics that we kind of push under the rug is something that we need to do going forward, just in general in our society, especially in our culture, because, our culture, we like to push things under the rug, when it comes to mental health and all that stuff.
Yeah. I think the generations before, it was like taboo. Let's not talk about this. Mm-hmm. Part of it because they didn't know how to talk about it either. And then now you got a generation that's asking questions. Like Antoine said, this generation wants to know why. They don't want to just hear, well, the Bible told me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Bible says, well, and
like,
exactly. We need to talk. We need to go through this process.
Right.
And I think a lot of churches back in the day were like, don't question leadership because the leader didn't know how to answer the questions.
No.
So just do what I told you to do, so I don't have to go through the process of explaining to you. And some people may say, well, the Bible says that's the right answer. Well, if that was the case, then Jesus would have said that every single time he taught a lesson. Well, the Bible says that's it. No, he took the time to explain himself to people.
Exactly.
To teach process, to teach why, to teach the how.
Yep.
So that transformation can happen. You know, the thought process can be changed. We can see things differently and walk it out even after the leader is gone.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. You know, after the lesson is done, you got to go home and walk this out.
Yeah.
Until we see you again. So, yeah.
Literally. All right. Maya, you can put the other graphic up. I guess we're done. This is going to be fun. This is a fun one. It's not as hard.
Is this food?
Yeah, of course it's food. The best movie snack.
First off,
that's easy for me. That's easy for
we
me.
needed better pictures because who's going to eat
Some of
that
that stuff
popcorn, nachos, that burnt hot dog? It looks like.
Well, mine's going to like number 4 because it's burnt. But no, listen. Listen, just imagine that it's the best version. The best popcorn, the best nachos, the best hot dog, the best pretzel bites, the best chocolate, the best whatever gummy candy, or whatever.
Those
whatever
are gumdrops.
I don't know what they are. But let's put number 6 as regular candy, like non-chocolate candy. Yeah.
So wait. Okay. So can we have to only pick one? Because you know when you go to movies, you got to have at least 2 or 3 snacks.
Right. You need
2 or 3.
Yeah, because it's by the time you get through the previews, one of the
Kevin, are you sneaking food in, or are you buying all 3?
Come down. Sure. I'm black, so you know what I'm doing.
Right. He's coming in with the Chick-fil-A.
That is Kevin. That is definitely Kevin.
You already know what I'm doing, passing it. Come on now. You know me better than that.
So that's why you can have 3 or 4 snacks. Okay.
Of course. The whole family. Come on, get it.
Hey, yo,
it's like I remember we would go to the movies and people would have like a whole platter. I mean, I'm talking about like a whole tray of chicken.
See, now that's
ribs.
not. No.
I mean, like
no.
I'm going to the dollar store next to the movie theater,
right?
And $5 on 5 pieces of candy instead of $6 on just 1 piece at the movie.
Kevin, I was in the movie theater. They had a platter. I mean, they had meat aside. It was like
smelling collard greens.
I don't know them folk. And it's not even that long to be having a whole platter like that.
A whole platter.
Like,
now, movies nowadays, yes. Movies nowadays are definitely that long.
I'll get out the way. I'm going with number 3. I love me some pretzel bites, with cheese. Oh,
yeah, I'm with you on that one.
The movie pretzel bites are the best.
They're the best.
Yeah.
I go there and tear them things up.
Yep.
I'll have to agree with Pastor Nick. Going with number 3. They're the best in the movie, And if my second choice would be the nachos, but it definitely would be. It doesn't be number 3.
Number 3, yo.
Maya, I can already tell by your face you're going to disappoint us, but go ahead.
I am number 1. I like movie popcorn and only movie popcorn for the theaters. Like, I will go to the movie theaters, get popcorn, and leave because I like movie popcorn.
Wait.
You can buy
pay for a ticket just so you can get back to the concession?
No, I don't buy a ticket. I just go in, get my popcorn, and leave.
So you go to the movies to go get popcorn, then you take it back home?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Don't hate.
Right. Everybody's like, okay, sure. It's like
I'm not the only one who does that.
It's like going out to eat for popcorn. It's like going to your favorite restaurant and getting your best meal, but it's popcorn, right?
Yes. Thank you.
It's equivalent.
I just want
Shakira says her mom does that.
I just want to see the visual picture of you walking in and then I just want to see it.
It's funny because people look like, okay.
Waiting in line. Can I get a large?
And then you see her go outside. They be like, wait. Just came that way, man.
Came out with a whole tub of popcorn.
When AMC does their free popcorn for your birthday, I go get my popcorn and I leave.
They do that. Do they give you a large or a medium or small? Because knowing them, they give you.
You get the medium, but then you could upgrade to the large
for like $1.
Mm-hmm.
Is your mom or dad watching tonight? They usually do sometimes.
They're right there. They eat it too, so
your daughter's strange. I know you know that already, but your daughter's strange.
I own it. I don't care.
I'm just shocked.
But you know they sell movie popcorn in the.
It's not the same because you have to have the movie butter to go with it. It's not the same.
Fake butter.
It's butter. Like what else is there? Like
look, I don't judge you for your pretzels or your nasty nacho cheese.
You don't like nacho cheese?
I like movie popcorn.
You don't like nacho cheese?
Hold up now.
No, I don't.
I feel like you jumped in my box too.
Thank you.
So we're gonna bring this back real quick.
Maya,
you don't like nacho cheese?
You don't like nacho cheese, Maya?
You're a weirdo. I forgot she doesn't like cheese fries either, so that makes sense. Like, who doesn't like cheese fries? Cheese fries are great.
Yeah.
Antoine, go ahead, yo.
We still love you,
man. I know. Jeez. I'm tied between 3 and 1, but if I had to choose, it would be 3.
See, look at that. We almost had a unanimous decision for the first time.
It better be 3.
For the first time ever. For the first time ever, we almost had a unanimous decision, but somebody has to come in with her weird self.
No nacho cheese, though, Maya? I got so many questions.
Jody, did you go?
Yeah, I said I would do the pretzels as well, and nachos would be my second choice. But I like sweet and savory, so I would also need to get like some candy of some sort.
Yeah, candy with it. Yeah.
Well, Pastor, you know they were going to choose the pretzels because
he's the pretzel guy.
Kevin's the pretzel king. it's something about getting those warm pretzels.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
When they get them out the oven, they're soft.
And they're just so tiny and cute.
I know. Dip them in the cheese. They're gone before the movie starts. Yeah. They're gone before the movie starts. Before the credits even start. Like, Susan, sit down.
I told y'all this. This is why you need another snack.
Kevin, but you spending like $30.
No, he doesn't know. He goes to the dollar store, $5, and then
you gotta buy your candy outside the movie theater. Candy's just
I never buy my candy in there. Movie theater.
So I'm not spending $30.
And a $6 Slurpee.
I can go to movies and not have any snacks at all. I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm
depends on what movie it is though. Like if it's a Marvel movie, I'm not bringing nothing with me because I don't want to miss nothing.
I don't want to go to bed
right there. I want to be right there.
No, I need a snack.
I definitely need a snack.
I need a snack.
I'm good.
When I start watching a movie at home, I'm like, what do I have?
Exactly.
No, at home, I'm snacking all day.
Start watching a movie.
Yeah, you have to have something. It's like you have to multitask.
I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. We almost had a unanimous decision, but of course, somebody always has to be the one to mess it up. Can we pray for her tonight, please? In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Of course.
Don't forget to join us tomorrow at 9:00 for On Point. Then of course we have Emerge at 6, and then we have Sunday service. Bishop continues chess and not checkers. Yes, smack her. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Do it again.
Was it your brother?
That must have been her.
Do it again.
My brother's in town.
Do it again. Knock some sense into her. Do it again.
It's her brother. He be jumping
now
in her drink.
Do you think I could go to movies and get those pretzels?
You might. You might be able to get them and walk out.
They're better at the pretzel factory.
Kevin, have you been to South Jersey Pretzel? When they're fresh out the oven, I mean, literally, when they come right out the oven, that's when you got to get them from there.
Where is that?
It's on the Whitehurst Pike in Summerdale.
South Jersey.
Dang. It's like if you come out where the church is and go to Whitehurst Pike, like you're going down towards Summerdale, it's on your left hand side. Eventually, right next to a cleaner laundromat, a car dealership, and like a pizza place. It's like right before the Aldi's. Right before the Aldi's. It's like the plaza.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put it. I'm telling you, they're right out the oven. They're soft. Woo. Lord have mercy. They're better than Philadelphia pretzel.
Sometimes you just be driving, be like, you want a pretzel? Mm-hmm, go ahead and get them. Come on.
I'm not that bad, but okay. All right, y'all. Anything else we need to share?
I think that's it. Engage Live on Sunday.
Yes.
Engage Live on Sunday. And
Jody
you never
and
know.
Antoine are our host for this week, so it's gonna be fun.
Sweet. We're gonna have some fun.
Oh, Jody and Antoine.
Yes.
Sweet.
Make sure they get a good game too, because y'all been trying me on them games.
The last game though. That
last game was hilarious. That'll preach. Oh my gosh.
Oh, sorry. It's in Stratford, not Somerdale. Sorry. Yeah, Stratford. It's in Stratford.
Okay.
Anybody else allergies tearing them up? Oh my goodness.
Yo, I've been thinking a lot today. I
am congested like nobody's business. It's like they say the
starting
pollen
right
count is
here.
horrible this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I've been using that's helping me? They have not sponsored this, but it's this Vic Sinex. It's just saline. It helps like clear out your, and you could use it as much as possible because it's not like medicated or anything.
Okay. I need to go grab some because this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's bad, man.
All right, y'all. Well, maybe we need to start eating some hot dogs and popcorn like our allergies will go away.
Oh my gosh, you took it back.
We love you, Maya. We love you.
L7 squared. I still didn't get my sweet potato pie. It's been almost
well, you ate
2 years. 2
years.
2 years.
Now, fast nigga,
Sorry.
for another 2 years.
It's been a year.
Your mother loves me. She will cut me a slice.
Maya like told not to.
All right, y'all. We gotta see y'all later. All right.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.